Alright, here we are in the fourth and final round of the modern event. We lost the die roll, so we'll be on the draw. This hand is, it's not great. It's got a few cantrips and Splinter Twin, but it doesn't really have great ways to interact. So my opponent leads Raging Ravine and passes, so I automatically think that he's on Jund. So I just play Scalding Tarn. When you're playing against Jund, you have to keep track of your life total. I think my plan here was to go Scalding Tarn, end of turn, get an island and Thought Scour. And he plays Lotus Cobra, which is not the expected 2-drop. You expect something like Tarmogoyf or Dark Confidant. So this actually scares me. He might not be on Jund. And I want to get rid of that Lotus Cobra as quick as possible. So, Thought Scour here, hope to hit a Lightning Bolt. I hit a Snapcaster Mage, but nothing in the graveyard. Here, I actually, normally you want to cast your cantrips in the order Thought Scour, Serum Vision, Sleight of Hand, because, well, I could go into the subtleties of it. When you cast Thought Scour, you have no control over what card you're going to draw. So, regardless of what information you know, you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to manipulate your fate in a beneficial way, because you just don't get any choices with Thought Scour. Well, you get to choose who you Thought Scour, but aside from that, you don't have any choices on what card you draw. When you cast Serum Visions, you again don't have any choices on what card you draw, but you get to set up future draws, and it's helpful. Well, actually, yes, you get to set up future draws. Let me hold on to the next point just 1 second. When you cast Sleight of Hand, you get to choose between 2 cards. So the reason why you want to cast Serum Visions before Sleight of Hand is you get to make the informed decision of which card you want from Sleight of Hand based on the card that you draw from Serum Visions, because when you cast Serum Visions to try to look for a card, you actually just get the top card of your deck. You have no bearing on what card is going to be immediately put into your hand, and then you get to set up what you're going to draw in the upcoming turns. So if you cast Sleight of Hand into Serum Visions, well, you get to make an uninformed decision from Sleight of Hand, and then you get a random card from Serum Visions. So it's not that great. You'd rather cast Serum Visions than Sleight of Hand. But since I know what card I'm looking for, some sort of burn spell to deal with the Lotus Cobra, I just go ahead and cast Sleight of Hand here. And actually have an interesting decision, because I need the combo piece of Deceiver Exarch, but I really am afraid of the Lotus Cobra and what it can do. So I think I take Grim Lavamancer here. I'm not 100% it's correct, but I just need to be able to catch up on board, I think. Maybe I should have just gone for the combo, but that seems a little greedy to me. Here he plays another Lotus Cobra, and then plays a fetch land and has access to 5 mana. He gets a Godless Shrine, but plays it tapped, and what does he do? And he just casts Maelstrom Pulse on my Grim Lavamancer. So he has 2 Lotus Cobras, and I have nothing. At this point, I was wishing that I had gone for the combo piece in the Deceiver Exarch. But fortunately, I draw Pestermite. So I have another crossroads here. I can try to set up my hand, try to find some sort of burn spell to help take care of the Lotus Cobras, or I can just play Steam Vents untapped, cast Pestermite at the end of his turn, and hope I draw a land for Splinter Twin and just win. But that's pretty greedy. So I think, oh no. Oh, okay. So I guess I just went for the Pestermite. It's pretty greedy. It's probably more robust to cast Serum Visions or cast these cantrips and try to set up a way to get out of it, but sometimes it's actually just important to go for it. If you don't think you have much time left, sometimes you have to take the chance, you know, the 1/3 chance that I have of drawing a land for the card for my turn and being able to win on the spot, versus, you know, the possibility that I just lose trying to dig myself out of it. So he plays the Temple Garden untapped, which actually signals to me that he has Path to Exile. He goes ahead and flashes back Lingering Souls here. Anyway, so I'm fairly certain he has Path to Exile, but I actually don't mind. I can just cast Pestermite and tap his Temple Garden, and then he's forced to use Path to Exile immediately. So it's as if at the end of his turn, I cast Rampant Growth, essentially with this Pestermite here. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do, because if he doesn't cast Path to Exile immediately, well, he doesn't have the mana source to cast it after I tap his land. But in fact, it's Dismember, which is actually worse for me, because then I don't get the mana source, which I actually kind of need here. So here I find the Scalding Tarn. Of course, I think I'm very lucky here. I find a combo piece, and I have the land in my hand, so I can actually just go Exarch Twin on the next turn if he is careless. So here, I'm not assuming that he's going to be careless, so I go Deceiver Exarch and tap one of his Lotus Cobras. So I can block his Lotus Cobra. I at least prevent a bunch of damage by doing this. And he just attacks with the spirits, because, yeah, those are the only good attacks he has. But here he does a strange thing in that he casts Lingering Souls, leaving up just the black or red mana from Blackleaf Cliffs. I mean, he could have another Dismember, but I suspect that he doesn't, and I just go. I suspect that he doesn't have any way of stopping my combo, so I just go for the Splinter Twin, and yeah, it resolves, and I get to make a million guys and attack him. Alright, so I may have gotten lucky there, or, I mean, maybe he just didn't have anything. Regardless, I was able to win with the combo there. Seeing that he's on a Jund list and he's playing a card like Dismember, I definitely want to be on the aggro plan for game 2. So yeah, that's going to be my sideboard plan, and let's go to game 2.